Anyways, guys, this might not be a good game, but hopefully it's something. Who really knows, guys? But yeah, we gotta get this Monday Night Football game out of the way because a lot of crap's happened on Sunday too. Get ready for that. And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Fun NFL. Please like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed the Week 8 Monday Night Football predictions. We'll also, again, go through some important things for this game. But as you guys can see, the Washington Commanders will be visiting Kansas City for the first time since 2017. This time, though, they will not be facing Alex Smith. They will, of course, be facing Patrick Mahomes. And the Commanders are not in a good spot coming to this game, as not only did they get blown out by the Cowboys and their defense was just absolutely putrid last week, as they really were in Week 6, too, against the Bears, but again, second game here on the road now, and again, as you know, they lost Jayden Daniels again to that hamstring injury. Already had missed 2 games prior, again, against the Raiders and Falcons earlier in the season. So again, coming to the game for the Commanders, this is definitely not an ideal situation for them. It's their first time under 500, if I'm not mistaken, since like the start of last season. Chiefs, on the other hand, are 4-3. They are really looking good right now, as they've won 4 out of their last 5 games. Their offense last week was very good with Rashee Rice back in the flesh, and obviously their defense was absolutely phenomenal, as they absolutely throttled the Raiders in what was one of the more pathetic performances from an NFL team this year. But nonetheless, they will have to play a pretty good game here today if they still want to figure it out, as they have an absolutely massive game next week in Buffalo. Commanders, I mean, doesn't really get much easier. That's all I'll say. Again, with Seattle at home, again, also in primetime. But this game will be at 8:15 on ESPN, as well as ABC. ESPN Deportes is another way you can watch it. I think Peyton and Eli are doing this game as well. ESPN app, if you do have that $30 subscription. NFL Plus as well. But for these two teams, they did play not in Washington. When Dan Snyder was now the owner of the Commanders back in 2021, I think that was a game where the all that shit and that fluid or whatever the heck, like the freaking raw sewage came out of came down in the stadium, something like that. It was a crazy leak. But anyway, Chiefs won that one 31-13. That was in the midst of, again, they were kind of on the struggle bus. But anyway, with that said, announcing this game will be Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, Lisa Salters, and Laura Rutledge. So again, ESPN's number 1 team. We do not have another Monday Night Football doubleheader the rest of the season. Again, if you thought there was going to be another one, I mean, sorry if you really enjoyed that. But anyway, Kansas City weather, you're going to see 59 degrees, 5 mile per hour winds, and it's going to also be cloudy. So realistically, not the worst weather. For the Commanders, like I said, Jayden Daniels will not be playing in this game. Marcus Mariota will get the start. He was shaky last time he played. I mean, he was shaky last week on that pick 63 to DeRon Bland. That game was already in garbage time, so not going to go too crazy on that. But still, for him in this game, there's a lot of things he's going to need to do, and I don't really see him doing many of them. JCM in the backfield, he, again, coming into last week was like going into that Bears game, he was like top 5 in the league in yards per carry, but he has not had the greatest last couple of weeks. Jerry McNichols, I expect him to have a couple of nice runs. Chris Rodriguez might even get in a little bit as well. Terry McLaurin, Debo, Chris Moore, the receivers, again, they have their top 2 receivers back, which is massive. Noah Brown being on there obviously does hinder them a little bit. Jalen Lane, Luke McCaffrey expect to get out there a little bit more. But again, thank God they got their 2 big guys back, even though I still don't think they're truly 100%. Zach Ertz is a tight end. John Bates will definitely get in there as blocker. Ben Sinnott might be get out there a little bit as well. This offensive line has definitely been a little bit disappointing. Again, Sam Cosmi coming back last week was a little bit rough around the edges in terms of how he played. Chris Paul, though, this is a guy who's been a little bit all over the place so far in his career, but again, we'll see what he can do. Again, he came in as a backup. But again, Josh Connerly Jr. has been a little bit better as of late. For this defense, Deron Payne's questionable. He'd be a big loss because Jer'Zhan Newman has not been able to stop a cold against the run this year. Jalen Holmes, Preston Smith are off the edge. Again, if you didn't know, they did just lose Dorrance Armstrong for a pretty significant amount of time. With the knee injury. Oh, no, he's out for the entire season. I didn't know that, but yeah, that's a big loss. Again, he was really the only guy getting any sort of consistent pressure. Preston Smith might give them something, but again, he's old now, and he really hasn't been good for a minute now. Frankie Lou, Bobby Wagner have both been really good, despite the lackluster performances overall. Von Miller, again, I don't even know where to start with him. Trey Amos was pretty awful last week. Marshall Lattimore was not the same player so far this year that he was last year, and obviously the years before that. Still hasn't been completely terrible, though. Mike Sanders, Quan Martin, Jeremy Reeves rounded the secondary out, though. And Matt Gay's questionable at kicker with, I don't even know what else is going on the rest of that team. For the Chiefs, though, not Chief. Chiefs, no, yeah, not Chief Keef. For the Chiefs, Mahomes is at quarterback. Isaiah Pacheco, Kareem Hunter, the running backs, obviously with Rashee Rice back and healthy. Xavier Worthy at receiver. My bad. Hollywood Brown also there. Also, I just watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for the first time. Pretty interesting movie. But Travis Kelce's at tight end. Josh Simmons is out. You'll definitely see Jalen Moore out there considering how much money they gave him not to play. Trey Smith is doubtful. I mean, Mike Colidio might play, but he's pretty awful. The rest of this offensive line is just kind of around doing their own thing. Defensively, realistically, the only guy that I need to talk about is Drew Tranquill because of how well he played last week. But outside of that, like, they're pretty much doing their thing. Oh yeah, Omar Law was placed on IR as well. Harrison Bucker, Matt Riser, kicker and punter, and then you have Nicky Remigio, James Winchester at kicker, at punter, and then kicker, returner, and then Jim Winchester. Obviously, is their long snapper. For this game and how good I think it'll be, to be honest with you guys, I think it's just going to go in decent. I want it to be, like, again, an entertaining game, but realistically, it won't be that. And you could argue I don't think it'll be boring, though. Again, that Raiders-Chiefs game was boring last week, but again, there's no way I see this game being like that. Again, very realistically, it could be a similar score considering how dominant the Chiefs were, but I don't see that happening. So I'm going to put this one decent, and then even though realistically, again, it could be here, I want it to be here, but realistically, again, it could be down here very easily as well. But anyway, again, you can already see those teams that are on a bye. And again, if you're expecting, again, there to be a quadruple header on Monday Night Football, I mean, I guess maybe these teams can just go out and do a scrimmage or something. But anyway, who do I have actually winning this game? Again, you'd be an imbecile not to take the Chiefs. I mean, maybe you're just a big Marcus Mariota guy, but other than that, like, I really don't see how this game's going to really be competitive. I'm going to say the Chiefs win this one 30-10. I don't know, maybe the Commanders score early, but yeah, this game's just not going to really be competitive in my opinion, and I don't see there being a crap ton of points scored either. So give the Chiefs 30-10 in this one. That's all I got for you guys in Monday Night Football, wrapping up Week 8. We'll have the recap of this game tomorrow and see how it actually went, but get ready for the Sunday recap, which should be coming out sometime tonight, if I had to guess. That's all I got for you guys here. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. And again, go get ready for that again Sunday recap with again all 11 games to talk about.
Go with man-free coverage. One single safety, everyone else manned up.
Rush coming. Heineke, dump off, room to run. McKissick. McKissick accelerates to the 45.
Let's not have anyone go cowboy, go road, do your assignment.
2nd and 3. Heineke, wide open, caught by Seals Jones, and he's in. Touchdown, Washington.